Hello students, in the last lecture we have discussed about resistance potential difference. In this lecture we will do some extra for resistances and circuit. First of all, what is circuit? In the last lecture we have discussed about the circuit. What is circuit? It is the path for current. It is a continuous path for electric current in which electrical components are shown by their symbols. What is circuit? It is a continuous path for electric current. It is a continuous path for electric current in which electrical components or say electrical gadgets are shown by their symbols. In the last lecture we have known about the symbols. Means a circuit is we can see it is in the form of diagram. Diagrammatically representation. Circuit is the diagrammatically representation of components and path of the current. Here is the battery and the direction of current is from positive terminal to negative terminal. Here are some components like electrical bulb, switch, any other component like resistance. So it is a circuit, electric circuit. Types of electrical circuit. Types. There are two types of electrical circuit. One is open circuit and another is closed circuit. Open circuit. A circuit will be open if it is broken from any point. If it is broken from any point, means the circuit is not complete. If the circuit is not complete, then the circuit is open circuit. If the circuit is not complete, then the circuit is open circuit. This is the switch and this switch is in off state. Off. The symbol for switch in off state is this and for on state is this. Means when switch is off, then the circuit is broken, no current can flow, and the circuit is open circuit. The circuit will be open circuit when the switch is off. When the switch is off, then the circuit will be open circuit. Is it clear? When the switch is on, then the circuit will be closed circuit. Means current can flow in closed circuit and current will not flow in the open circuit. So what is open circuit? The circuit which is not complete. Means the circuit which is not complete, that is broken from any point. The current cannot flow in this circuit. In open circuit, current cannot flow. Means charged particles cannot move from positive terminal to negative terminal or say negative terminal to positive terminal. Open circuit switch off means open circuit, and there are too many other conditions in which the circuit is open. For a bulb, if the filament get broken, then also the circuit for the bulb is open circuit, because current cannot pass and bulb will not glow. Is it clear? Means if current is not flowing through the circuit, then the circuit will be open circuit, and circuit will be incomplete from anywhere. Then closed circuit. Closed circuit means the circuit which is complete and not broken from any point. The circuit which is complete and not broken from any point. Current can flow from one terminal to another terminal of the battery. Means in open circuit current cannot flow, and in closed circuit current can flow. Is it clear? Means closed circuit is the circuit which is complete and not broken from any point, and current can pass from one terminal of the battery to another terminal of battery. This is the one terminal, positive terminal, and this is the negative terminal. Means current can flow from positive terminal to negative terminal only in closed circuit. If the circuit is open, then current cannot flow from positive terminal to negative terminal. Then the circuit will be open circuit. And the circuit will be open when switch is off, and circuit will be closed when switch is on. Means switch on, closed circuit. Here are the symbols for switch off and switch on. This is for switch off, and another symbol closed circuit, switch on. This is the symbol for switch on, and another symbol. This is for switch on, this is for switch on, this is for switch off, this is for switch off. Means contact is broken. Contact is broken. If contact is not broken, then the circuit will be closed, or say switch on, switch on. Is it clear? Next, to find the charge of one electron or number of electrons in 1 coulomb of charge. Charge on 1 electron. We have studied about the charge on 1 electron in 9th class. The charge on 1 electron is 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 19 coulombs. Means too many coulombs are in 1 electron. Then how many electrons will be in 1 coulomb? 1 coulomb equals to how many electrons? Find out. 1 by 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 19. Solve it. 10 raised to power 19 plus then 1.6 and this will be. Solve it. 1 power here, it will be 100 and 10 raised to power 18 and by 16. 16 6 jar, 16 2 jar and 16 5 jar into 10 raised to power 18. So 1 coulomb of charge has 6.25 into 10 raised to power 18 electrons. 1 coulomb equals to 6.25 into 10 raised to power 18 electrons, because we know 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 19 coulombs have 1 electron, then 1 coulomb will have 1 by 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 19 coulomb. Solve it and you will find the value 6.25 into 10 raised to power minus 18. So 1 coulomb equals to 6.25 into 10 raised to power 18 coulombs. Is it clear? Next, movement of electrons in a conductor. So first of all, we will know about conductors, insulators and semiconductors. Conductors are those substances through which current can pass easily. The substances through which current can pass easily. Example, most of the metals. Insulators. Insulators are those substances which do not allow the current to pass through them, or means the substances through which current cannot pass. The substances through which current can not pass, they are known as insulators or non-conductors. Examples, rubber, paper, dry wood, stone, glass, etc. So there are some insulators: rubber, paper, dry wood, stone, glass, etc. The substances through which current cannot pass are known as insulators, and the substances through which current can pass easily are known as conductors. Next type is semiconductors. Semiconductors are those substances through which only some amount of current can pass. The substances through which only small amount of current can pass. Examples: germanium, silicon. These are the most common semiconductors, germanium and silicon. So in this lecture we have read about charge on one electron is 1.6 into 10 raised to power minus 19 coulomb, and 1 coulomb equals to 6.25 into 10 raised to power 18 coulomb. Electrons means 1 coulomb has 6.25 into 10 raised to power 18 electrons. Then substances are divided on the basis of flow of current. Means the substances through which current can pass are known as conductors. Most of the metals can pass the current through them. Then insulators, the substances through which current cannot pass are known as insulator, rubber, paper, dry wood, stone, glass, etc. Semiconductors. Semiconductors are the intermediate of conductors and insulators, means they allow only small amount of current to pass through them. Examples: germanium and silicon are the most common semiconductors used for making chip fabrication, means mobile chip fabrication, and for preparation of semiconductor devices. Next, how can current pass through a conductor, or means the free electrons? How the free electrons will behave when potential difference is applied across a conductor. Behavior of conductors when potential is applied and when potential is not applied. We can see, let us, here is a conductor, and we know every object has number of atoms, means number of electrons, number of protons, number of neutrons, and in a conductor there are too many electrons are free to move, means some electrons move in this direction, some in this direction, some in this direction, some in this direction, some here, and so on. Means the electrons have zigzag direction, Brownian motion. Some of electrons have this direction, some of electrons have this direction, some of electrons have this direction, some of this, some of this, some of this. Means there is no particular direction for the electrons to move. When no potential is applied, the electrons move in different directions and collide with each other. If electrons go in different directions, then they will collide with each other and they will cancel their motion and cancel the motion. If there is no potential, then here are some electrons, they move in different directions and the electrons will collide with each other and they will cancel their motion. So there will be no flow of current, means net current will be zero. So no flow of current. But when we apply potential, here I am attaching a battery for applying potential. Potential is applied now. When potential is applied. When potential is applied, then what will happen? Here is positive charge, here is negative charge. By applying potential, the positive charge, this will be positively charged, we can say. This will be negatively charged, we can say. And negative charge, electrons are also negatively charged. Like charge repel each other. So due to this negative charge, electron will be repelled. Means the motion of electrons will be in this direction. Here is positive terminal, and the positive charge will attract the electrons. So we can see the motion of electrons in a particular direction. Here is negative charge. Negative charge will push the electrons. And here is positive charge. Positive charge will attract the electron. So there is a flow of electrons from negative to positive terminal. We can see here. Electrons will flow from negative to positive terminal. So there is some motion of electrons. Means when potential is applied, the electrons will move in a direction that is negative to positive terminal. When potential is applied, electrons will move from negative to positive terminal. And this will cause flow of current. Flow of current. Because we know what is the definition of current. Current is the flow of electrons. If electrons are flowing, then the current is flowing. Is it clear? Then what will be the direction of current? Direction of current is always opposite to the direction of electrons. Means electrons are moving from negative to positive terminal. Motion of electrons negative to positive terminal, but motion of electric current will be from positive to negative, that is opposite to the motion of electron. And direction of electric current. Electric current will be the opposite to the motion of electrons. The motion of electrons is from negative to positive terminal, and the direction of electric current will be opposite, means from positive to negative terminal. Direction of electric current will be from positive to negative terminal. Inside the conductor, the current is known as conventional current. Conventional current. Direction of conventional current is the direction of movement of positive charge. Positive charge are moving from positive to negative, means direction of conventional current is from positive to negative terminal. Or say, direction of conventional current is the direction of electrons. We can see here the electrons are moving from negative to positive terminal. So direction of conventional current is negative to positive terminal. And direction of electric current is opposite to the conventional current. means from positive to negative terminal. Is it clear? The current will flow in this direction from positive to negative, and the direction of electrons will be opposite to the direction of electric current. Is it clear?